ExKirby. And also rndeternal.com, your one-stop shop for ranked tier lists and top lists, draft pick orders, tournament information, and mail articles from people such as Locapodo, RND, Neon Blonde, and Light Satis.
At that point, he is going to live for one more turn, which might actually be his goal.
Wait. Oh yeah, you're correct. Yeah, he lives just barely.
Yeah, with 3 health left, and a scouting party coming down. He needs to death strike the Valkyrie Enforcer and still have an answer for the other unit, which it turns out he's got another Fallen Oni.
The perfect draw.
So it stalls the 2/3, and then he has death strike for the
another Warcry unit.
Enforcer. Yeah, I mean, you're definitely going to hit a Warcry unit if you're going to hit anything. But
Jeez.
4 Warcries on a Throne Warden, that is a pretty rough deal.
This is particularly interesting because if Alpha was playing a traditional armory deck, he'd be just like, all right, that's fine. I'll just stash those back later. But no, he's playing Reforge. So those are never coming back.
Yep. Yeah, it's definitely not a great situation for him. He gets to death strike the Valkyrie Enforcer, finally killing that, and taking out the Copperhall Bailiff. Still puts him in stall mode, but he hasn't lost the game yet.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, well, there it goes.
Yeah, but ExKirby never drawing fire influence there. Although I don't know that it really mattered because at any point that he could have played Scrap Tank, he could have played Scouting Party. And
yeah, if he can obliterate the Dawnwalker, that will help him out a little bit next turn. The other option is to use Dawnwalker to kill Dawnwalker, which certainly could be the appropriate play. He's going to take some damage this turn unless he chooses to create a block, though. He's considering attacking with the 5/5, which I don't mind. Like, I think that's actually a decent play. It forces Grapefruit to either consider blocking with the Dawnwalker or to at least take 5 damage and get a little bit closer to potential obliterate Flame Blast lethal after an attack. So if he plays this defensively, he takes 6, he blocks with the 1/1. He has a potential out in the form of obliterate or Flame Blast after a full attack on board next turn.
So what Paradox is doing here is he's conceding that he's going to chump block with this initiative stance. So he's saying, I want to get in some damage. I'm okay with chump blocking because there's no way I'm blocking this Dawnwalker anyway. And the double block, I don't care about this turn because I have a chump block available. So he's just taking this opportunity where he has the chump block available to get in this 5 damage. Because there's no way he's dealing with the Dawnwalker. He can't give up any of his 2 units. It's just they're too valuable right now.
Yeah, Grapefruit's card here is a Torch, which is definitely good against the Dawnwalker, and probably means that he will be in decent shape. No, it actually looks like Paradox has the game. The Torch is not good enough. Torch will kill the Dawnwalker, but now Paradox has the ability to play Flame Blast or Obliterate for lethal, and he found a way out of that fairly bad situation.
Pushing through 5 damage. I mean, there's the uncastable Heart of the Vault, but he didn't need to cast it. He found a way to push in that extra 5 damage. When all of your units have like 5+ attack, people can drop really quick.
Yeah, the treachery makes it a little better, especially when it takes out a Sandstorm Titan. Having a turn 1 play was relevant in that last hand, but then he just had nothing after that. And now here he's got treachery into Champion of Chaos, which I think with the double Annihilate backup, he's going to take care of the first Sandstorm Titan and then have an Annihilate for the next threat that comes down.
Yep, he can play Sandstorm Titan, he can play his champion here, or he can treachery the second Titan, which means that his Annihilates are not looking particularly good in hand. Tatsumaki does not have a lot of other monocolored units, but he's able to play Champion of Chaos with a seat here, and that's a 5/3 weapon or 5/3 that's just going to be really charging in. Tatsumaki, in the meantime, staring down a handful of 9 power, so not a single playable card for Tatsu.
David is more favored because his turnaround, he can bring in Carnosaurs, bring in Mystic Ascendants from his sideboard, and then his turnaround is to just immediately win the game. Whereas Quercy's turnaround is like, okay, well, now I'm getting card advantage. David can just stall the game out, play out units, block stuff, not worry about board wipe. Stray is like, I guess it's annoying, but it doesn't actually kill anything important. And then eventually you just draw Crystallize and you win the game. But this Thrive Falchion, really interesting here in this. Wow, well, the Thrive Falchion is a really cool include.
It's pretty fun here. He gets to put it on the Steward. The Steward turns into a pig, and then the pig kills Surso, which gains him 6 life. David's going to hold for 1 turn here, because if he blocks with the Surso next turn, the pig turns into a 6/3 pig, and then he can torch it and prevent life gain and get a little bit of damage out of that. In the meantime, he's setting up his influence for the Heart of the Vault. That's really going to help him out. and hopefully he can hold against this steward. That life swing is definitely a big deal, but if he can kill Quercy's steward this turn, that's going to put him back on top as far as board is concerned.
So the reason I like the Lethrai Falchion so much in this sideboard is because of its synergy with
Yeah,
Contra.
absolutely. He wants to widen his threats. So Komodo finally has the game where he has the Sandstorm Titan, but he doesn't have the 4th power this time, and Unearthly has the Vanquish. But I think this Awakened Student, being one of the best cards in the matchup, might give Komodo a fighting chance here, even if he is stuck on power for now. He does really need to draw the 4th power here, though. Otherwise, I'm not sure how he gets through. Hopefully Temple Scribe picks him up the power.
Unearthly with another valiant Finest Hour bluff. The block there with the 3/6 was totally reasonable, but Komodo has already proven that he's not going to take blocks like that if they give him the potential to actually lose the round. And with a Desert Marshal coming down, it's not going to work the second time. That's going to be dead Champion of Glory here.
Well, he's going to use the Protect, though.
Point. If Komodo wants to triple block, that will kill the Champion of Glory. No, it will not, because the 5 damage can be distributed to the 2 units. So the only available block is with the 3/6.
And he doesn't. There's no window for Komodo to find out if Unearthly has another pause. So for all Komodo knows, there's another Finest Hour, and he lets it go. Unearthly has just snuck in 10 damage. That is not an insignificant amount.
Yeah, there's been a lot of good bluffing on Unearthly's part from his deck. Taking out the Finest Hours has proven extremely effective here just because the threat of them is still strong enough to really push. And unfortunately, Champion of Glory is going to go down to a 3/2 this turn. And
finally, good riddance.
All right, so we see a Rakano banner coming down for Unearthly. Unearthly is actually quite behind on board now. He needs to pick up his bigger weapons, either the Hammer of Might or he needs to pick up some very good flyers. Komodo, at this point, the strategy is working out very well for Komodo. He's stuck on 3 power, but he doesn't care at all.
Yeah, so that's what I was going to try and talk about there, is that Unearthly's got a ton of Warcries sitting on the top of his deck. And what does it hit? Lo and behold, a Soulfire Drake, a premium Soulfire Drake. And yeah, sure, Komodo has been playing cards out because he hasn't been drawing power. But that's because he hasn't been drawing power, so he can't cast anything. But finally, the Sandstorm Titan comes out, but it's just going to get vanquished, and that leaves him dead.
The Soulfire Drake was the absolute best target that could have been hit, even better than, I think, the Deep Forge Plate in this situation. And with a 9/6 swinging in twice, that's going to be a easy secure for Unearthly, and Unearthly goes 2-1. No, not particularly.
Haven't all of Moosh's units been flying anyway if he wanted to attack?
I think Infinite Hourglass has been the lowest impact card that Swan has played, but that's not a big deal here because that is game. Swan is now attacking for lethal if he attacks with the 3/3, which he chooses not to. So Obliterate. No, I guess Moosh gets another turn.
Oh yeah.
The Protect for the Obliterate at least. So
there was no reason not to attack, but whatever.
Yes, Moosh is now looking at.
Goodness. I mean, he's still dead, right? Oh no, he has another Protect, right?
Yeah, he's got a Protect in hand. So Obliterate. At that point, Swan has, Moosh has one more turn to try and draw something. It would be an amazing save if he could do it. He's only got 2 harsh rolls in the deck.
Draw another harsh roll.
Yeah, I think Swan is playing around the Protect, and that's probably the wise play. This gives him, to deal with it. Like, Moosh just can't deal with this card.
Nope.
Single Combrade banner. That's the end for Moosh, and Praxis Midrange wins the day. Or Praxis Midrange. That's Praxis big stuff, for sure.
Yeah, both of these decks are designed to have all the same strengths of the Praxis midrange deck that we've grown to know and love, we'll say, and beat it in the mirror, right? Just go a little bit bigger than it.
Yep. Jade Phoenix playing the Shatterglass Mage off the top of the deck. That's really, really strong there. Off the top of the deck. Off the top of the deck. Off the top of the deck.